Hi guys, and I'm going to do a quick rant video slash update as to what I'm doing. What I have here is the Mirrored Universe Miranda class that I've been doing. This is the original Revel kit, not the round 2 repop. And so I've got some damage done to the warp nacelles and that I've got to fill in. I was going to swap the warp nacelles around and actually have them up in a sloping back motion, very similar to that of the Sovereign class, Picard's Enterprise. And I realized I couldn't do that because it'd be a lot more scratch building than what time would allow. So I'm going to be doing some light blocking and a few other things while I'm having a bit of a rant talking to you. So I have to get some a few things first. So just a single piece of wax paper that's already got some Bondo putty on it. I use the 3M Bondo glazing and spot putty. You can get those at automotive store. So yeah, I've just finished having dinner and there were some spicy Vidalia onions. So I had to get not much, just a little dab. Not that much, just a tiny little dab. And I know most of you don't like to use their fingers, but what's the point? I mean, I like to. So what I'm going to do is just smooth this over. Stuff it in where I can.
Okay, then your pen would.
Because I'm going to sand it smooth anyway, so that's that. And of course this is the base primer that's down, this isn't the main colour. So what I'm doing is I'm just covering up the main seam line on the warp nacelle, as you can see here. And I figured I'd have a little bit of a rant talk. I was going to be doing a video on lighting basic tutorials. Again guys, if you really want to know more about that, there are much better guys out there. I'm not an electrical engineer. I just I'm a hobbyist, so you know I don't have like all the best gear, you know, like oscilloscopes and things like that. I'm just a basic modeler that likes to use lighting in my kits. And normally when I'm doing this, I'll do this with the kit actually lit up. Now the reason why I don't have the kit lit up right this second is because over on this table I am really short on outlet spaces. I actually have 2 power strips plugged into a multi-strip already, and I'm still short on spaces. Now, best thing about using this glazing putty is it comes pre-mixed, which means you don't have to mix in a hardener. So all you automotive body guys out there, you're so spoiled. But I think I might have enough. Yes, I've got enough space to do maybe one quick test. So I'll plug this in if I can. Oh come on, plug in. There we go. And so this allows me to check for light leaks. Of course I've got really big overhead lighting, so it doesn't help, but we've got a hole here as you can see. So what I plan on doing is I plan on getting into those last. There's the windows as you can see, but now I've got a great big gap right here that I've got to fill. I'll probably end up hitting that with some glue first and then puttying it in. So yeah, we've got some light leaks in a few places. Yeah, of course the camera's going to overexpose the colours, but so warp nacelles. And now I've got to get inside there and get the front Bazard collectors. Sorry about this. I'm trying to do this backwards. Got to sand down the putties along here because you can see a great big clump right there and it's showing up in the camera. Plus I've got to big light leak right there. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get my other weapon of choice, Tulip Slick. It is a extremely thick acrylic paint. And I mean, when I mean thick, I mean thick. This stuff comes out like liquid rope. There's that. Light leak there. And you can sand it after a while. You can sand it down smooth. You can also use thinners like acetone. Not that I would suggest that you do, especially on a model kit, because you know it's acetone. But I like to take my finger or a brush. Of course, oh, there it is. The brush I was going to use isn't even here, but I like to take a brush. And I like to just push it around a little bit. Again, because it is an acrylic paint, it's just very, very thick acrylic paint. You know? Of course, this is just the first layer, and again, I'm going to be sanding it down and everything else. Put another little light leak here. Big dollop right there. And of course, I'm going to now flip her back over very carefully. And as you can see, right there, big two light leaks. This is where I was going to attach the warp nacelles, very similar to that of how they are on the Enterprise. So I'm going to have to get the spot putty out for that. And I'll usually do this a couple of times. Now, get it down pat, sand it smooth, turn it on, check for light leaks, rinse and repeat. So it's very repetitive, but it's also very therapeutic at the same time. And I mean, this kit, when it first came out, was known for its issues. And yes, I do know that there's no roll bar on this like you do see in the Wrath of Khan. Not all Miranda classes actually came with a roll bar. There's different variants of the same ship, like there's different variants of the same Constitution class. Some Constitution classes, they were for scientific roles. Some Constitution classes even were strictly used for combat roles, which means there was no 10 forward, there was nothing. It had a secondary bridge and all these other things. It's amazing what you learn on Drex Files, Doug Drexler's website. Also there's, you know, Wikipedia and various other sources, of course, the RPF forums, among others. And so, yeah, I'm just really one awkward crack right there. Even when I did sand it down the other day, it still just keeps coming back. You know, plus, you know, we've got to do some priming and base color, and so this is just, you know, surface prep, if you will. What I'm doing is just prepping the model. And of course, this isn't for a customer. This is for me. And I do go to this detailed, you know, for customers' builds as well as my own. I do have some tank customers on their way. A customer is going to be sending me some Soviet tanks to do for him. He recently saw the movie White Tiger and saw what I was doing to my Tiger 1 and wanted to know if I was interested in potentially doing a T-34-85 and a KV-2 and a few other Soviet tanks for him. Now this is where having the base close at hand is quite fun. Sorry it's out of frame, I do apologise, but look, you're not missing much. All I'm doing is feeding a wire through the base and then putting it down. That way I'm hands-free to do a few other things. And yes, I do know that Miranda classes aren't Miranda classes without the roll bar. I do get that, guys. So all you rivet counters out there, you know, it's okay. And the reason why there's a different color texture in the engine section is I was just testing a new spray paint I'm working on. I do plan on bringing out my own line of airbrush paints, so stay tuned for more information on that, guys. Now what I'm doing here, there was a really bad alignment issue back here, and so I'm not gonna use Bondo. I'm actually gonna see if I can't fix it with some Tulip Slick. It looks like, yep, Tulip Slick's doing the job. Slick is on the job. And so that's all I'm doing right now, guys, is just light blocking and a few other things. Getting ready to do some more customers builds. Again, my friend Robert, he's got some tank kits he's sending my way, and I have a Galileo shuttle I'm going to be doing again. That's for a customer. So I watched a few people lately have been putting up watch me work videos, and you know, they seem to be having fun. Seems to be very therapeutic for them and for the people watching, of course. So you know, I decided to do something very similar. Now I did poker up there. So, now again, all I'm doing, guys, is just light blocking certain areas that I can't get an airbrush to. So I can never get the damn saucer to sit properly. And I'm pretty sure there are some fans of the kit that will agree with me there. There we go. And again, guys, I'm just doing this for light blocking. This is the stage where I'm light blocking and various things. That's why the lights are on. And again, I am aware that the strobe lights are not Canon, but believe it or not, this isn't a Canon ship. This is actually a Mirrored Universe Miranda class. When she's finished, she'll be a Mirrored Universe Miranda class. So for those who are fans of Star Trek, the Mirrored Universe is a universe where the Federation is actually evil, not good. I think I mentioned this before in another video. It's Kirk was in a transporter accident and actually got beamed into the Mirrored Universe. So did Bashir and O'Brien in an episode of Deep Space Nine. So did Cisco with the Orb of Prophets or something. And let's see, who else? The one series that didn't do anything with the Mirrored Universe was Voyager. What do you expect? Voyager was in the Delta Quadrant. So yes, if you're all wondering, I do play Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Star Trek Online. Sorry. So, lovely jubbly, got that right in there. And yes, I know the primers on these windows. I do plan on rubbing them away with a little bit of rubbing alcohol and some Q-tips. and then I plan on masking them off. I guess I could. So, and then I do plan on painting this up with the Mirrored Universe colors, which is yellow and red. So I'm going to take the base decal transfers that you can get. So we're again, I'm just looking for any light leaks, any potential hot spot areas. Just filling them in. Let my dinner fight with me. Had some Jack Daniels barbecue flavoured hamburgers, or beef burgers as we call them in England. There's no ham in a hamburger, so why is it called a hamburger? It should be called a beef burger, because there's beef in it. So that's what we call them in England. We call them beef burgers. Yeah. Again, you got to be careful, guys. My makeshift base holder is still working, so. But I did notice a light leak here. Dollop. Nailed it. And I like to move the base, not the model. So again, I'm sorry if I'm out of frame. But this is what I've been working on, guys. So yeah, looks like we're done with the top off. So I've got to let this dry, and the tulip slick usually takes about 4 or 5 hours to dry skin wise, and then a full 12 to 24 to cure. So this is where I'm going to leave her for now, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. The Spot Bondo skin dries in about 10 minutes but hardens properly after 12-24 hours, which is why I don't mind using them both together. So that's what I've been doing, guys, is just light blocking on this one while I'm prepping my modelling bench. Let me bring this up. No, that's the other way. Silly tripod. There we go. Oh, ta-da! Hi. I always zoom in and never zoom out for some reason. Hi guys, and so that's what I've been doing with the Miranda class, is light blocking, sanding, repriming, and getting the smoothest initial surface I can, to the point where I've ordered some scribing tools to scribe some panel lines in there. Because the model already has the panel lines, I know it doesn't come with panel lines. Once I get the base color down, which I believe is a duck egg blue with a couple of drops of white into it, that's what the paint guide says. I've got a couple of kits in that I'm going to be doing, like this one, the USS Constitution Old Ironsides. This kit was given to me with parts missing. She has the hull, she has the sails, 2 sets of sails. Again, my friend, when she was doing the kit, she some parts broke in her original kit, so she bought a second kit, and this is the leftovers. So I'm going to be doing a Pirates of the Caribbean theme. I might turn it into a pirate ship, maybe the Black Pearl, who knows. Doing a lot of heavy customizing to it, you know, adding some moss and seaweed in certain areas and stuff. So that's that. The S03 Tiger is coming along nicely. I'm in the middle of doing the figurines. Once the figurines are painted, I will be setting that up on the shelf with the rest of the tanks. Also, I've been working on another project alongside the Miranda. Let me get it for you. I have been working on repainting this thing. This is not a studio scale TIE Fighter. I wish. I wish. But no, Lucas won't ever part with those. This this is a 2003 Hasbro toy TIE Fighter. As you can see, there is a a pilot inside. I'm getting ready to put the finishing touches to it, the proper colors, etc., etc. As you can see the pilot more clearer. There is the guns, the torpedo launcher, everything else. The underneath of the toy has been prepped for the base. The base itself is something I'm in the middle of building right now. My wood shop, which is my old garage that you guys know. So that'll be done. That will be in a corner shelf over there nearby where the emergency exit is. So there's that. What else have I got planned on doing? I've got a Sherman, an M4A1 Sherman tank. I'm going to be finishing off. I've scripted the tracks, the crew, and a few nitpicks here and there detailing weathers, decals. And then she will be done, and she can join the copious ranks of US military tanks that I have. Let's see, I have an M60, I have a Walker Bulldog, an M41, I have a M7 artillery, I have an American captured Panther and an American captured Tiger II, but the Tiger II is not getting ready to come out the box yet. Oh, I've also been scratch building something for my Dark Angels 40k army. This is my Demolisher. It is rather large compared to a normal Demolisher. That is because my Dark Angels army is set pre-heresy. So my Dark Angels are used to using not the newest technology, if you know what I mean. So it's actually the base of a 21st century toy Panther tank. The turret sadly got damaged in shipping, so I couldn't use it. So I had the lower chassis of the tank floating around, and I figured, you know what, I'll do something with it. So the fuel tank canisters in the back are actually camera film rolls with the lids cut off and just glued together. The barrel is PVC pipe with sheet styrene around it to make it look like the breech mechanism. The side skirts is cardboard. Those were the cardboard mock-ups. I'm probably going to peel them off and use some sheet styrene and layer it up. The dozer blade is actually made out of a bleach bottle and is held together with some old sprue. So yeah, there's that. I will be putting the decals and stuff on this as well for my Dark Angels army, and because there's a new hobby store that just opened up over in Huntington, which is the next town over. Excuse me. And I do plan on going down there in the next few days and taking my camera, this camera, or maybe the GoPro, and getting some in-film footage, of course, with the store's owner's permission, of course, and see what they've got going on. Maybe try and drum up some business for them. So if you're in Utah or in southern eastern Utah area, Price, Huntington, Castledale, Ferron, Orangeville, St. George, Richfield area, you know, as far as I know, that's now my local hobby store, which means I have a place where I can do some mail order stuff, which means I can probably order in some kits, things like that. So if you like what you see with the Miranda class or with 40k stuff, send me a message or leave a comment on the video, and I will do my best to help you out with your problem. As it comes to full painted armies, I will be doing a little bit more work on my Dark Angels. They're not ready yet. The website, Top Hat Model and Props, won't be up sadly till February. I'm having issues with my ISP and my website designer. He's kind of MIA right now, curse you Mike, and I really wish he'd get a hold of me, because I have a crap ton of pictures of all of my lit models and some of my non-lit models, and oh yeah, it's just insane. So there's that. What else have I been up to? Yeah, I've got the basics down for doing the electrical, the tutorials for doing the 555, the 556 and the 460 CMOS timer. What's the difference between them all? This is one of my simple circuit layouts. This is what I will be using in roughly the tutorial. I'll show you it in Eagle and a few other programs that you can use to design the circuit before you actually get perf board out, or even various other electrical boards, and start soldering and burning yourself, stuff like that. You can do a virtual circuit, if you will, to see how it will work, timing lights, on, off, things like that. And I've just noticed I missed a huge light leak. That's a pet peeve of mine. Gotcha. And so that is what I do have planned, guys. Is I'm gonna have a gallery and a few other things set up for cars, jets, planes, tanks, things of that nature, dioramas. I'm gonna have a section dedicated just to 40k. On the Let's Builds for both the Interceptor Raiden and the Zero, I have already cut some footage for both. I'll be doing all the footage ahead of time and then releasing them every week alternatively. So week 1 will be part 1 of the Zero, then the next week will be part 1 of the Raiden. So they'll be following each other bit by bit by bit by bit by bit, if that makes sense. So I've got that. I'm not streaming today because today's my day off. I stream Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays on my gaming on twitch.tv/deceptivecobras. But and I'll be uploading stream highlights to the gaming channel. So I'm not forgetting the gaming channel. I just decided to more focus on modelling. Modelling's a lot more laid back for me. I also found a really good cheap supplier of 9-volt wall warts, and he even, when he sells them, he'll even sell you the female adapter, so you don't have to buy those separately. So that was like a load off my mind. Problem is, my strip LEDs are 12 volt, so this will not power it. So boo. So I've got to find me a good supplier of 9-volt strip LEDs instead of the 12-volt stuff. So I'm going to use up the rest of that 12-volt stuff by lighting up my computer case, and maybe making some extra lighting for my modelling bench I have over here. The reason why I'm doing the videos here instead of over there is my halogen bulbs in my desk lamp finally gave out, so I've got literally no light. I've only got the one overhead, and I'm waiting to get a second overhead for that corner and a third for that area, and then I can start doing the wraparound table system design that I have planned. I'll also be building me a new table to go in that corner behind the camera, where I used to do my open box reviews. That table is finally literally given up the ghost and started to fall apart on me. So I figured scrap it, build a new table, start from scratch. So instead of doing that, it's either that or I wait until I build my entire round table system, which is it. The table itself will cover every corner of the walls, so from the beginning of the door frame all the way around up until about a foot, maybe a foot and a half from the door entry. I'm also going to be putting up an actual privacy door, so this room will actually have its own door. I'll be bricking up that door and the window behind me, because everyone keeps asking me what is this orange thing behind me. It is a sleeping blanket. What had happened was last year we had a really bad storm here in Emery County, and the tree that's outside, one of the limbs snapped off and smashed through the window while I was actually playing an Xbox 360 game. Scared the crap out of me. I had shards of glass everywhere, and so my insurance company won't pay out for it because they keep calling it an act of God. So I decided to just pull the window frame completely out and brick it up. That way I can put another shelf there maybe, and maybe actually officially move my computer to the corner, so it takes up less space and I'll be able to have more fun with it. But that's what I've got planned, and this video's gone on long enough, so I'm going to end it here with a peace and love and respect. Take care, and I'll see you all on the far side. And I look forward to reading all your comments and suggestions. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I do greatly appreciate it. If you could hit that thumbs up button, I do greatly appreciate it. If you hit the thumbs down button, again, I greatly appreciate it. The feedback I get more from you helps me to increase the content and make it better content overall for all you guys. So, yeah. So take care and have a nice day.